Partnered by Times Influence.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode on India's finest workplaces. This week we bring you a dominant player from the Indian automobile sector.
Ashok Leyland is the second largest manufacturer of commercial vehicles in India and the fourth largest manufacturer of buses in the world. Headquartered in Chennai, their manufacturing footprint spreads across the globe with 9 plants, including one each at Great Britain and Ras Al Khaimah in UAE.
In this episode, we understand their work culture coupled with their best practices and why they are one of India's finest workplaces.
Vinod Dasari took over as the CEO and Managing Director in 2011, and since then Ashok Leyland has witnessed significant changes. Let's take a look at what sets Ashok Leyland apart from other players in the automobile industry.
Mr. Dasari, welcome to India's finest workplaces.
My pleasure.
To begin with, you've been known, for changing the game at Ashok Leyland during the Great Recession in 2011. So can you take us through some of the challenges that you faced during that time and how you have managed to pull back?
So to put it in perspective, Sana, we invested more money in that 5-year window of 2008 to 2013 than all the previous 60 years combined. So on one hand, by 2013, we had invested so much that our break-even point had substantially gone up to about 8,000 vehicles. Historically, this used to be a 2-player market and a third player called Eicher was emerging and so on. This became a 9-player market. You had AMW and Mahindra and MAN and Bharat. Everybody and his brother wanted to join India. So the common question everybody like you were asking is, look, you were surrounded. I mean, we internally used to call it the perfect storm scenario because we were surrounded from all sides. And media used to ask me, look, your competition has got brand new plants, brand new technology, deep pockets, greatest products that they have brought from. What do you have? I still remember this vividly, and I didn't say this rhetorically. I said, I have my team.
What about your employees then? During that time, there was a lot of insecurity regarding pay cuts and job loss. How did you manage to overcome that challenge?
Well, that was some of the toughest things that we had to do. I told the employees that everybody will take a salary cut. There was a cut in variable pay and there was also a cut in their fixed pay. Obviously much higher at the senior levels, much lower at the junior levels, but everybody shared, including the workers. The union themselves offered saying that we will also take a pay cut. So we're the only company, I think, where if we don't work a 6th day, we pay only half, even today. So this gave the boost that the company required. Some money was saved because of this. We instilled a very detailed and structured performance management system. And we measured ourselves on a 2, 3, 4, 5 rating. And we noticed that 99% of the people were rated a 3 or a 4. So that means there is no differentiation on the basis of performance. So we instituted a bell curve. So the high performing people felt recognized that there is, and we made sure that there was differentiation and compensation. So, A, it sets in mediocrity. B, and what's worse is the high performing people say, well, whether I work or not, I still get a 3 or 4, so it doesn't matter. So we installed a bell curve. The third thing we did is we set up a very structured leadership development program at all levels. At the very bottom level, we created, worked with NTTF to create the blessing scheme, where we take 10+2 graduates, put them through a 4-year program, diploma, outstanding program. Everybody from the company's top to the bottom was measured on the same 3 metrics. And every quarter I will show them that this is where we are, and based on this, this is the performance variable pay we will get. Come on guys, if you do more on this, we will all make more money. Look, everybody loves to work in Ashok Leyland, but everybody works towards their wallet also. Having got the company revived, Our compensation policy is very simple now. We will be in the top quartile of the industry in every grade. So no matter what grade in the industry, we will be the highest paying people. And we will have a very clear metric for performance evaluation and performance pay.
On this note, Mr. Dastri, your employees have some inspiring stories to tell about challenging career opportunities and growth. Let's take a look at what they have to say.
The work which I am interested over here is of a highly confidential nature. When being a fresher, there's so much confidence in me. It is always a plus point. It is boosting my morale.
So for the past 10 years, I'm part of this team. So one of the proud moments, I should say, this engine is completely indigenously developed by Engine R&D. And so I worked in the same team for the past 10 years, and I love the job extremely well.
Mr. Dastri, Glassdoor is an open forum for employees to write reviews about their former employees and current management. And over 94% of people have rated you as their CEO. And a fan following like this is, very hard to earn, in this kind of a corporate scenario. So what is the secret to this?
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm extremely proud that so many people have given such high rating, but the credit should not just remain with me. I have a wonderful team. When we started this transformation, one of the things I didn't mention, 10 out of 12 of my direct reports were either new or are new jobs. That's the level of changes that we went through. Every time the plan was successful, we celebrated. Not just celebrated.
So work hard, party harder.
Party
at
harder.
Ashok Leyland.
Absolutely. My motto in life is that work hard, but play harder.
Okay.
So we have a cricket team. Ashok Leyland Premier League is coming up next month. I play cricket with the boys. I'm not the captain of the team, so okay. So I play cricket every Sunday with
your employees.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
so we have a chairman's award for recognition, where the best of the best compete, and then they present to an external jury of CEOs, and they get a chairman's award. And we have a nice party after that. We have an improved competition where all 10,000 employees participate in doing some minor improvement. And I think this year is our 19th improve. We're going to have it in Goa in a couple of weeks. We have lots of fun.
That's wonderful to know. And my next question, Mr. Dastri, is about your expansion. You have expanded your company over the years, but that hasn't affected your employees. In fact, they talk about work-life balance. Can you talk to us more about on this?
So first of all, I think we did a good job selecting the right employees to talk to you. But that aside, I think ultimately, I always go back to one example. I gave an award to one employee who had not taken a single day leave in 30 years.
Oh.
And I was telling the managers there, I said, I don't know whether to slap him or give him an award, man. Go spend some time with your family. This is not,
Your life. Yeah,
you should work so that you can live, not you should live so that you can work. This is completely different.
Yes.
If I see somebody who's working like that, I get very upset. I said, look, there's a larger purpose in life. So in 2011, I remember my first job, or my first thing I did on April 1st, 2011, is to say that every alternate Saturday will be off. Board had just appointed me the managing director. They can't sack me, right? So I said, make this decision. 2016, my 5-year contract was over, and it got renewed for another 5 years. So the first thing I did is made it a mandatory 5-day week. Again, they can't sack me, right?
So yeah. In fact, Mr. Dastri, we also got in touch with some of your employees. Here's what they have to say.
I think Ashok Leyland is giving me ample freedom and opportunities to split my time and efforts between my career and ambition. At the same time, my personal interests like relationship building or networking or community engagement.
We actually have a 5-day working week. So all our Saturdays and Sundays are off, and that can be utilized for our personal time.
It's time for a short break. See you on the other side. Welcome back. Let's dig deeper into automobile giant Ashok Leyland to find out why it makes the cut as one of India's finest places to work.
Human capital is one of the most important foundation for any organization. And at Ashok Leyland, the responsibility to hire the right talent lies on the shoulders of N.V. Balachandar, President HR, Communication and CSR. Let's find out his mantra for keeping the spirits high across the organization.
Bala, welcome to India's finest workplaces.
Thank you.
You are responsible to manage the workforce at Ashok Leyland. So how do you ensure that they are happy and motivated?
Rather than saying that I'm responsible for the human resources, I'd rather put it that I'm here to facilitate human engagement to ensure that there is alignment of company objectives with people's personal aspirations and goals and dreams. Talking about happiness, happiness to me is a state of mind. And our focus has been to ensure that we keep the mind engaged. Our policies are geared towards keeping the employee engaged at all stages of his professional as well as personal life. And that is more important rather than to say that we build policies which are in line with what's happening around. So our policies are tuned to the expectations, to the aspirations, and to the demographic status of the employee. So our policies are very, very geared towards delivering that specific customer expectations or internal customer expectations.
So on this note, Bala, we would like to bring in some reactions from your employees. Let's find out what they have to say about these programs.
The relationship which Ashok Leyland has built with its employees, it's been truly a fulfilling experience for me, more because not only Ashok Leyland believes in relationship with its suppliers and customers, but the employees as well.
The Road to School is one of the most prestigious CSR activities right now in whole of Asia itself. Like in my personal life as well, my parents have started a school, so I could very well relate to this Road to School program. So till now we were given very good opportunities to go to the school, to interact with the students. It is this healthy working relationship is what is required to make any work environment stress-free and cohesive and productive.
Ashok Leyland is one company where if you are willing to work, they give you a lot of freedom, and that is why we are growing like this and we are part of this organization. So if you are willing to work and if you are willing to put in extra effort, there is no stoppage from any of the management.
So Bala, can you share with us some of your rewards and recognition programs that you have at Ashok Leyland?
Our rewards and recognition programs address the specific need again of the employee in terms of immediacy, relevance, and the forum. So we have three categories of award, if I may say. One is immediate, instant recognition. And the second is something that you strive for, which is something that you apply, something that you participate in a competition, something that you are proud to share. So that is the second form of reward. And the third form of reward are standard rewards, which are announced every now and then. And we have the pinnacle of that award being the Chairman's Award. It could be an award for a particular activity. It could be an award for a certain innovation program. It could be an award for a certain customer engagement activity. And this is something that people look forward to. It's very, very topical. It is very, very relevant to that context.
It's not just their employee-friendly programs that the company focuses on, but Ashok Leyland is also redefining the eating culture at the workplace, setting the table for a healthy workforce. They offer delicious food across different locations in the office, keeping it subsidized and pocket-friendly.
The food is really very good here. We have a good diversity of North Indian and South Indian people here, and the canteen offers both North Indian and South Indian food. We are reaching the campus at very early in the morning, around 7:30, and then the straight thing that we would do is go to the canteen and have a scrumptious breakfast, and which is again a mix of South Indian and North Indian. And since we spend most of the time here, you need not worry about packing your lunch for the office and none of that stuff. So good food is guaranteed once you are in the campus.
A recreational area is one of the best ways of improving the team morale at the workplace. From a playground to a knowledge powerhouse library, Ashok Leyland has it all. The company also conducts regular trips and off-sites to keep their employees motivated and stress-free.
We had many activities as team building and where we could improve ourselves in a personal way also. We had OBTs, various exposures. We have gone for a trek, a 5-kilometer run, and we have done cooking outside, camping. So there are various aspects where there's work-life balance over here.
We are in conversation with Uma Rao, Vice President of Human Resource at Ashok Leyland. Uma, welcome to India's finest workplaces.
Thank you, Sana.
So Uma, tell us about diversity-focused policies in Ashok Leyland.
One of the focus within Ashok Leyland today, and more as a business imperative, is how do we promote diversity of sorts. Yeah, we're talking about diversity of gender, geography, ethnicity, etc. And I think for a great company with a great business perspective, it's important to have this. So what we are doing at Ashok Leyland is looking at the various constituencies which help in creating this diverse work cultures. So, you know, some of the things that we've done in this area is looked at having people from across the country, yeah, and not being kind of dominated by any one region as such. So we're very happy today that we've got more than 30 to 40% diversity across the country. We're very proud to have some really good women leaders within the organization, in spite of the fact that it's a very male-dominated organization. So we've got Madhavi, who's done a stellar job in the area of sales and marketing in a very tough zone in the West Zone, and I think she came out with flying colors. We've had this young brigade join us recently, the women leaders, and you know, Madhurima, Maithili, Aditi, all of them I think are doing a fantastic job. Maithili comes from a civil engineering background, which is again a very tough domain for a woman to be in, and I think she's developing herself beautifully well. So we're very privileged to have some of these who actually are role modeling the whole cause for women.
All right. Uma, on this note, we would like to show you some of the inspiring stories of wonder women that the company has harnessed over the years. Take a look.
If you look at the commercial vehicle industry, broadly it's mostly male dominated. And I have been working with the marketing department for past 25 years, ever since I joined Ashok Leyland. Initially it was kind of a surprise for many in the field to see a female working in the trucking industry. And of course, with the encouragement from the management, I grew and I took up many challenging assignments. It wasn't about the gender because I was given the assignment since I was capable to do so, I guess. So I found that there is no bias between men and women in this organization, and all genders are treated equally to work with this organization.
It did actually surprise me when it was first put in our portal, campus portal, that Ashok Leyland is looking only for women employees. But since I am from construction industry and I have worked in that industry, which is very, very similar to automobile industry, though it is not manufacturing, but the kind of work environment in which you are supposed to work in is very similar to an automobile industry. So I have seen that times have changed and people want more and more women employees to come and join their organizations. And I believe that automobile industry is a process-oriented industry, and it is a fact, and research shows that women contribute much better than men when it comes to a process-oriented environment. And I believe these days women are working hard equally with men, so they can contribute equally.
Uma, you know, Maithili and Madhavi, they have a beautiful story of, you know, making it big in a male-dominated, you know, industry. Can you talk to us about the employee, engagement programs that you organize at Ashok Leyland?
We believe that, an engaged employee actually ends up being the source for creating engaged customers, okay? And I think that's been the strength of this company for quite some time, and I think we have to further this journey over there. What we are doing clearly is a couple of things which are helping us. One is constantly calibrating how people feel working in this organization. And the beauty of the organization today is we are juxtaposed in a situation where we have 50% of our employees who are in the younger age group with less than 5 years of experience, and the other 50% who've got solid experience within the system, a great tacit knowledge that they carry of the 70-year-old organization. With such a beautiful mix, it's important that we cater to the different, generations of people who are working in the organization, and we make sure we're talking to them all the time to know how they feel. Our managing director also has this quarterly communication, which is a very open forum to allow people to, one, listen to him and also ask the kind of questions that they want about the company's progress. The third thing we're looking at is, how do we sort of get the agenda of health and wellness into the organization? We also have a fun at work agenda where we, inspire employees to do things beyond work alone, One is in terms of how do you contribute back to the society, because we've got so much from the society. So we have this Road to School project of CSR where people get involved or do voluntary work outside as teams, to feel engaged. It's a very free organization which allows people to have this kind of interaction whenever they want. So I believe these are some things that are working for us that we have done.
The biggest thing which I have enjoyed working in Ashok Leyland has been the freedom that I have had in trying to do the best that I can. And the total, the opportunity to be creative and to go about pursuing things that you actually believe in, that will not only make you better as an individual, but help the organization as well.
Being a part of an organization that is a pioneer in the transport business, the employees enjoy a hassle-free travel experience to work that's provided to everyone in the company.
The company takes care of the fleet, so we have around 24 buses flying across the length and breadth of the city. So they make sure wherever you stay in the city, at least one of the buses cover your route. So all buses are air conditioned, and we are very comfortable with the buses.
That's all we have time for on this episode of India's Finest Workplaces. Join us again next week as we will bring you yet another inspiring organization. Thanks for watching.
Partnered by Times Influence.